This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, it feels a little wrong to bring up a topic like this without Kate Ritchie in the studio, Ryan James, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Let's talk Taylor Swift. Well, we sidestepped to Travis Kelce. I want to bring up the big guy. Because
they're still together, are they?
They are,
Great.
and so much so. This is a great story about how Travis Kelce has changed, and he's turned from a boy to man.
Well, this is going to be the most crucial part of the relationship because when she was touring, I mean, you'd get a little bit of Travis here, a little bit of Travis there, but now that she's not touring, you're getting a lot of Travis.
Now, you know I'm a big fan of Jason Kelce, the brother, who's not afraid of taking his top off.
You have no idea who he
and
is.
sculling beers. So don't get me wrong. Travis, you do your thing on the field, mate. I'll be in the stand, shirt off, smashing tins. Have a good one.
Well, he played as well, but he's retired.
He's retired. Anyway, he's gone on a podcast. There's a couple of interesting things about this podcast. First, I want to play you this grab where Jason starts to talk about how much Travis has actually grown up, finally.
That's how much he's grown up in the last 3 years because
it's been staggering, honestly.
He legitimately
I just
had
wanna know if he
a
has living room
basketball
furniture.
hoop in his living room.
Dude, one of the things I love so much about Travis is that he never grew up. Like, he was like Peter Pan, like the Lost
but
Boys.
Is he growing up now, though?
For sure. It's changing. And I think that sometimes, you get people in your life that maybe get that out of you, and that's a good thing.
That are right.
You got to fight for the right to party. He's grown up, mate. He's not Peter Pan anymore.
Mate,
this is such a great change we're seeing.
He'll always be Peter Pan to me, mate.
The next part, he continues to talk about how Travis Kelce is finally starting to splash a bit of cash.
He had these couches, and they were like green velvet, like over-the-top couches.
I could see that with him.
I'm not going to say the dollar amount, but I'm like, dude, what are these couches? Oh, it's an Italian designer. They made them.
God. Let's call them $100,000 a piece.
Yeah, he said it's an investment. I'm like, Travis. I came back 6 months after that. One of the couches is like pushed up against the wall. I'm like, why'd you move the couch? And he goes and he pulls the couch back. He had just got a puppy. The puppy had chewed a hole in the back of it.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've given you a couple of little bits of information about Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Can I now play for you the most interesting part about this podcast that they're on? And to be honest, I wouldn't mind Tommy getting the legal team here at Nova.
Oh, really?
Involved.
Yeah,
Well,
seriously.
they're just outside the door. They are every morning.
They are every morning. I want to play for you the name of this podcast.
Welcome to the first official off-season edition of the Fitz and Wit podcast.
Fitz and Wit.
What?
Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is the guy people confuse you with on Twitter.
He used to play for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, and Andrew Whitworth, both ex-NFL players, Fitz and Wit.
Is it Fitz and Wit? I thought it was Fitz and Whip,
No,
but it's
Fitz,
Wit.
Fitz and Wit.
Welcome to the first official off-season edition of the Fitz and Wit podcast.
There's some branding rights here, which I believe we own after 14 years. It's just too similar, mate.
Can we try to get onto the podcast, Tom, or get them on to our show? And I want to talk to Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep. And I want to speak to Wit.
You've had a lot of
Issues.
running issues
Well,
with
that's
him,
right.
haven't you?
I had so many people. I would just get random tweets from people just going, "Your arm is like your leg, you're hopeless.
Yeah.
You cost us that game, Fitzy." I was like, whoa,
guys.
God, I haven't played AFL for
God.
20 odd years.
Tommy, send them our podcast to
Yeah.
see if maybe Travis Kelce or Jason wants to join us on our podcast.
Love that.
Fitz and Wit.
Fitzy Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.